Hi guys, so just a quick update, okay? Because I did a long live stream today, Sunday, more than 2 hours, and I just wanted to give you kind of like a summary. Like there's so many topics, but basically, just don't want you to get scared, okay? I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a huge, significant development, and I think this is the beginning of the end, okay, for the GOP and Trump, okay, and the whole like Russia election thing, okay. And it's not something you necessarily expected, okay? It's that Putin, on Friday, Putin went to the OPEC meeting, right? The oil countries meeting. Not Putin, but the Russian person representative. And they refused to go along with what OPEC wanted to do, which is to halt production to keep the oil prices to stabilize oil prices basically, because with the coronavirus there's a lot less transportation, a lot less manufacturing, and and uh and so when Russia did that, the oil prices went down, but then and everybody was shocked at OPEC because this is going to cause the oil prices to go down, and so Putin's overt, this is the thing guys, Putin's overt goal is to crash the US oil market, okay. So because there's a long story, you can look it up. This is, you should do research on this. It's going to be in the news tomorrow. Um, and uh, and so because the U.S. oil industry is kind of in trouble, it's heavily indebted. Okay, and um, and so Putin decides to do that. Okay, so this is an overt escalation. Okay, and apparently it has to do with like it has to do with some sort of payback for the sanctions. But the interesting thing about this, guys, is that as far as Putin and Trump are concerned, Putin is attacking the people that are the most consistent GOP donors, which everybody's in the oil industry, right? So he's going to try to crush a lot of the U.S. oil industry so they can gain market share. Okay, and so because the prices and then because the industry is already in trouble, okay, this is what he's doing now. This is going to be a big trouble for Trump and for the GOP senators, because a lot of senators were elected in states that have a lot of oil and gas businesses, like Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Texas, for example. So they're going to feel the burn from, not from his, they skip town halls and everything, but they're going to have to take the calls from all the people that paid them. Okay, so even the cooks, okay. So this is a really serious escalation, and a Republican, they decided to trust Russia. That's what happened to you. So now they're tasting the after effect. Okay, so this is interesting because obviously this is the one. I don't know if it's the first time after the election. Okay, but that's what happens when you trust Russia. Good for you, no? Good for you, good for you. And so that's part one. And part two is that Saudi Arabia got mad because Saudi Arabia is the number one country in OPEC. Okay, so they got mad and they decided to lower the prices further to compete with Russia on the markets Russia was trying to gain. So as a result, the oil prices are crashing down. And guys, the futures market, which is, the stock market hasn't even opened. It's like in expectation of the market opening tomorrow, they have already crashed, like not 20% down. Okay. So this is very serious. Now, what I saw happening is that it's going to hit the bottom, okay, for 3 or 4 days. And then at the end of it, it may go up a bit or something like that, but Putin was sitting there, sitting pretty. But there's going to be a really big, I think that there's going to be some sort of cut of Russia. They're going to be excluded of something. This is like, guys, this goes, like I was saying, this goes in lockstep with like I was well, I guess I haven't said this in public because I do a lot of live streams, but I don't make all of them public. Um, but I was talking about Russia is already in conflict with Turkey, okay, because of the Turkey soldiers killed. There was some sort of ceasefire agreement, but I believe that MBS, so MBS got really mad. I think he's going to reach out to Erdogan. Yeah, even though they're not friends, okay, to try to like, do you want to help like take motherfuckers down? You want to take them down? I do. Let's take motherfucker down. Like that guy's crazy. Okay, MBS is crazy, and he's kind of like Trump, except he has a lot of money. He's an actual king. Okay, and so he could do a lot of things. Okay, he wants vengeance. He wants vengeance. So, so so it's going to be bad for Russia. I think they overplay their hand. I mean, they it was a risky game. I think the oil prices will not be like this forever. Okay, but at the same time, also, I just want to say this. As I was doing this reading, I don't know if you're familiar with Boris, that I've done. He comes up sometimes in readings as the spirit of Boris Berezovsky, the Russian who was killed. The guy who left Russia and is an enemy of Putin. So he was saying, he's like, yes, this is in a way, this is a really good development because it means that this is the end of, the whole entire, guys, the reason for what was the goal of the Trump administration economically? To support the oil industry and to make sure it gets pumped up, to remove the sanctions. Like, not just, I'm sorry, no, yeah, I meant to say something else, to remove the regulations. So they did all of it, right? So what happens is that all the stuff they did to pump up the oil industry is going to backfire. It's going to be a disaster for them. So in a way, he was saying like, this is good because it means it's the end of this era. Like, we're transitioning to a different era and we're going to be less oil dependent. And I think like all these people, guys, that bet their power on oil, they are on the way out. Okay, ultimately. Okay. So I just want to say, don't be scared, okay? Too scared. It's part of this transition. But this means, guys, for the GOP is a complete disaster. It means that a relationship, Russia didn't like me. I did many things. Russia, I thought we were friends. So, congratulations. Congratulations, GOP. Yeah, well done. Seriously, guys, those people they trusted Russia. Okay, they're like, oh yeah, they screwed their own country over. Russia now has payback, karma coming, karma. Yeah, no, seriously, guys, it's karma for them. Time to pay back, karma coming, karma delivery of karma this week. So there's also primaries, which is good, I think, for most of us. Okay, and what else? No, I think it's good. I think it's very good. And then there was some. Oh, guys, there's another thing. It's gonna be rattle Trump. This is testimony of the guy. There's a trial of this Russian guy who's not even. It's in absentia. Okay, and I think Putin did this thing because he's tired of Trump. He's basically. Oh, this is the thing I was just saying, guys. He's cutting the cord to Trump. This is a very big. So I'm saying he's overtly attacking the U.S. oil industry, which is the GOP's bread and butter. Okay, and this is bad. Okay, and then like I said, I saw Putin cutting the cord to Trump, thinking that he got whatever he got what he wanted out of Trump, and it's time to get rid of it. Now there may be pressure because of this on Trump to lift sanctions on Russian oil companies, because that's what Putin wanted. This is the revenge. That's what I have. Revenge. I have it. So okay, so this is serious. But like I said, there's going to maybe an extreme crash or some sort of the oil prices. I don't think with the very, this week is going to be crazy. There's going to be this thing, and this like geopolitical development is gigantic because, like I said, just as Saudi Arabia or Russia got together, I don't say necessarily they got together. They were in some sort of agreement that they helped Trump, and they're going to install this new world order they wanted. This development means the end of it because they had fight. They fight. They're such easygoing people. Putin and MBS, very easy to talk to. So they're, the what is it? What do they say? There's no loyalty among thieves. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So so sad. For them. I'm not sad. For them. Sad. Huh. For them. Uh-huh. I'm not sad. Huh. For them. Okay. So no, but seriously, guys, it's going to be very serious. The oil market, and I think this and the coronavirus, is this is the thing we're talking about, guys. This change to the new era. It means a lot of shakeups like this. Okay, and I also saw that MBS gets tired of Jarda. MBS doesn't talk to me anymore. I don't know what to do. He's, really, I think MBS is mad at, he goes crazy. He's yelling at everybody. So it's not good for Jared or Trump, and I think this accelerates their situation. Okay, so and this is probably in the news, guys. I do think the coronavirus. I think people close to Trump were exposed to it, and I think they were tested. People in the White House, or lots of them tested, waiting for results, waiting, waiting. And I saw somebody probably close to Elaine Chao, not because she's Chinese American, but that's what I saw. I saw like actually a blonde woman. I don't know, somehow connected to her. That has it. That's right. She has it. But I think they're all so scared. Oh, really? Sad for you? No, nothing is not serious. Don't worry about it. It's not serious. Just drink alcohol. Yeah. And I also saw that the guy Matt gets, a family member might contract it. So, oh, it's like, really, guys, this is karma times. But anyway, so just to say, it's going to be probably one of the most crazy weeks of all time. Okay, with this sort of stock market volatility, the coronavirus developments, the primaries, and then there's more. This is like really probably one of the worst weeks ever for Trump. I do think, I still think that he could leave. Okay, and so it's just, but this is, what I'm saying, it's like this huge shakeup. And like I said, it's in a way, like I said, it's going to be scary, but in a way, it's very good, because it means the evil people alliance is not on anymore. They are angry. Oh, and Russia is desperate. Okay, they have had, they're like cutting ties with Brazil. Oh, and also, I think, guys, you just see the photo. He's wearing diaper. Brazil diaper. He's wearing diapers now. He has problems. Okay, his health is not good, guys. And so, he's not capable of handling the crisis. Okay, so all of this, in a way or another, is contributing to him having, I have go, yeah. Okay, so that's it for now. I just want to alert. Okay, and I just wanted to say also something about, I know I put out the videos about Bernie and stuff, like people got really mad at me and stuff, but you know what, this is the thing you have to remember. I know there's like, I guess, a lot of propaganda saying that, it's like almost as if Bernie owns any progressive ideas. This is not true. And I do think that with Biden, okay, we're going to have a lot of people in the government. As long as we have the House and the Senate, things are going to change dramatically. Okay, it's just not going to be with Bernie, because Bernie does not want to make alliances with people. That's about, it's the guys, this is an election. Okay, it's not about whoever talks, whatever. It's about being able to make alliances with others so that you can win elections. And that's what's happening. So, so I think, even though it seems it's going to be really chaotic, there's light at the end of the tunnel. But like I said, this is a huge development. The underlying support that Trump had of Saudi Arabia and Russia is going because they got tired of trash, right? Because Trump is such a clown, guys. And like I said, they gave him all this money, right? Both Russia and Saudi Arabia differently. Him and Jared, and they did nothing. They only screwed shit up. So they're like, too expensive hosts. Too expensive hosts do nothing. I don't see your face. You do nothing for me. Yeah. So, but really, guys, I feel like Trump he's gonna be sad because I honestly think Russia wants to cut ties with him totally. They're just like, we don't care. And this, oh, this is the other thing I want to say, guys. I also saw consequences for the election interference. They realized that with the whole huge turnout with Biden, and I think they've tried more interference already. They realize it's not as easy as 2016 because people are onto them. And so they realize that the price of getting Trump elected is much higher, and it's very hard this time, because there's a lot of other issues that contributed to them being able to get away with it. Okay, for one of which is that people didn't know what was going on, and now we do. Even if a lot of people have not been, their justice wasn't done or hasn't been done yet. I think law enforcement is doing things behind the scenes, and it has stopped them. Because last time, guys, the last election, it was it was very serious. It was no seriously. It was they were able to do all of it's like a huge number of different events, from changing the voter numbers to a lot of voter suppression via Facebook, to a lot and there's a relative to what the amount of people have already voted for the primaries. Like, guys, in states like Virginia, almost doubled the amount of people who went to vote. A lot of people. So they can't. The more people vote, the worse it is for them. And as you know, when this tends to be true. Okay, when the candidate is winning, whichever party he's for, the party tends to do really well in the overall elections because of down ballots. So things look really good, even just by association, with not just Joe Biden winning, right? Like, in terms of, like, he's clearly popular with moderates, independents, and some never Trumpers. But that whoever's in the ballot with him is probably going to be elected too. So it looks good for us, I think. I really do. Okay. All right. So, and like I said, I know some people are like, oh, I'm progressive, whatever. But I think America has changed a lot. And it's not, Bernie doesn't own the progressive ideas or anything like that. It's just, in order to accomplish anything in the government, you need alliances. You need coalitions, and he doesn't have it. Okay, that's just a fact. He chose to attack others, and that's what happens. Okay, really, like, this is not news. It should be news to people, but that's what I see. In other words, it's going to be okay. Even if you think it's like, oh, Bernie, all or nothing, whatever. If you don't want to vote, other people are going to vote for you. There's going to be so many more people who didn't vote. They're going to show up to vote. So you should vote for Democrats because, Bernie's not a Democrat, so I don't expect that much from him. But like, I don't think he doesn't care about Democrats, but I still think that it's going to be okay because we have changed as a nation. I think the Democrats also have changed. So, and I think that we have to get strong together because we can't allow divisive conversation and, I go alone type of thing. Okay. It's the group. And I think things are in our favor. It's going to be hard at first because there's going to be a huge mess when Trash Show comes out. That's all, but it's going to be okay. Okay. All right. So that's it. Okay.